talking about the money and talking about player welfare. Maybe as a percentage, how much of maybe the funding that you've been able to get so far is growing towards player welfare, particularly the player wages, or whether it's a sign-on fees. You've said you've dismissed those reports about them not getting paid on time. You've talked about them getting daily allowances. But maybe let's start there, because as my salary, as a percentage of that, I think it was upwards of 2 million. How much has gone towards the transfers and the welfare of the players in terms of the budget for the 2025 season?
In terms of budgeting, I'll tell you like this. I really can't get into details per se, like what you're mentioning. But a good chunk of that money is going towards player welfare, player development, player welfare, and future development plans. So most of that money will be utilized. Most of that money will be utilized in football, and for the players. So a good chunk of that money goes towards the players. I don't know what percentage. Percentage-wise, I wouldn't know. The financial guys would know more than I do, but a good chunk of it goes to the players.
I remember a clip circulating last year on social media that you guys were chasing promotion. Honorable Sakupwanya, I think, addressing the players. I think it was in a dressing room at Rufaro, if I'm not mistaken. And he said he was going to make them rich. He was going to make the players rich. Do you have the budget to make the players rich?
Yeah, absolutely. He still stands by it. And like I said, the players are well paid, and they eventually they'll become rich. If they play good football, they'll become rich.
All right. And a CEO, I mean, is this the most money you've had to handle as a club CEO?
Yeah.
How are you managing it? Obviously, because you've got a lot of things a lot of moving parts. You're a young team. You're trying to grow a certain aspects of the business in terms of women's football, in terms of your juniors. You're trying to get the best players. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 7 players from last year's Soccer Stars of the Year calendar ended up at Scotland. How are you managing the finances? Because there's a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah, we are managing. I mentioned from the onset that we are not just spending aimlessly. We've got a budget. Each and every aspect of the club has got its own budget. So it's really not that difficult. That's why then when I said, you know what, we can't be compared to other clubs who are now defunct, who came in and probably I was not involved in those clubs, but I would like to assume that there are certain things that they didn't do right in football. But in our case, I think we're structured, we are organized, our budget is clear, each and every aspect of the club is budgeted for.
Konapo, ipapo.